Good morning students. Today we discuss about the 11th day commerce video 2. In this video 2 we continue the same chapter warehousing. In this video 2 we continue the topic of types of warehouses on the basis of ownership. The fourth type is cooperative warehouses. These are warehouses owned and managed by the marketing cooperative societies or agricultural cooperative societies. They are set up to provide warehouse facility to their members. So cooperative warehouses are established by the marketing cooperative societies or agricultural cooperative societies, and these warehouses are established for the purpose of storing the product which are produced by the agricultural or the members of these cooperative warehouses. They can store their product in these cooperative warehouses. Bonded warehouses. Bonded warehouses are those warehouses which are licensed by the government to accept storage of imported goods which are not cleared due to non-payment of customs duty by the importer. So these bonded warehouses are established by the government, and these warehouses established for the purpose of to store the product imported goods which are custom duty charges are not paid. So until the product are to be clear by the concerned parties after the payment of the customs duty charges, then only the product will be released from the bonded warehouses. Otherwise the product will be stored in this bonded warehouses till the custom charges will be payable by the concerned parties. So branding can be undertaken in the warehouse itself. So bank loan can be obtained by submitting the receipt issued by these warehouses as a collateral security. So concerned parties, those who are store the product in the bonded warehouses, receipt will be given by the bonded warehouse keeper, and with that receipt loan facilities will be arranged by giving the receipt as a collateral security. Institutional warehouses. Different institutions and bodies have their own warehouses on account of the nature of their operations. For example, bank, railways, etc. have their own warehouses for conducting their activities. So various transport agencies also maintain warehouses for storing the goods which are to be dispatched and received. So there are some institutional warehouses are to be established in order to store the product of their activities. Bank will also having storing facilities to store the currencies, valuable jewels, documents, everything. So they will also having warehouses. So likewise railways and other departments, they will have their own institutional warehouses. They will keep the valuable records in that warehouse. Distribution center warehouse. Goods which need to be temporarily stored for 1 or 2 days so that they can be distributed to other offices or customers are stored in distribution center. They are owned by the manufacturer or wholesalers. So distribution center warehouses, it will be established and owned by the manufacturers or by the wholesalers. So they will keep the product just for 1 or 2 days in order to supply the goods to the different areas. Until that they will keep the product in the place. That place is called as a distribution center warehouses. On the base of the commodities store, there are general warehouses. They are ordinary warehouses which are useful for storing most of the dry food grains, fertilizers, etc. So protective measures against rat, insect, etc. are undertaken by them. So general warehouses which are to be established to store all types of commodities. So based upon the types of the commodities, these warehouses are to be established in order to save the product from the deterioration against rat, insects, etc. Next one, special commodity warehouse. These warehouses are specially constructed for storing specific type of products like tobacco, cotton, wool, etc. So these warehouses reduce loss of quality and quantity to a great extent. Storage of petrol and oil requires special type of vertical or cylindrical storage tank. So special committee based upon the type of the product, the warehouse will be established. So these warehouses are specially constructed for storing specific type of commodities. So like tobacco, cotton, wool, etc. It can be stored in a special warehouses in order to keep the product safely, and quality will be increased, and also the cost price will also minimum level. Then cold storage or refrigerated store warehouses. Goods are transported in refrigerated containers and stored in refrigerated warehouses. These warehouses are used for storing perishable goods like fruits, vegetables, eggs, butter, fish, meat, etc. Goods stored in cold storages without deterioration in quality can be made available throughout the year. So in order to keep the product safely, especially for the perishable items, this type of cold storage will be established. So these warehouses will keep the product safely. To consume the product, the consumption period will be extended. So it is also called as a refrigerated warehouses. Climate control warehouses. The controlled climate environment can reduce the rate of metabolism in fruits and vegetables. So humidity controlled environment for delicate products such as flowers in dirt-free facilities in these warehouses. So based upon the climate condition, the warehouses are to be established. So in these warehouses, some of the flower items and vegetable items are to be stored in order to make humidity control based upon the environment. So the consumption period will be extended, and also we can consume the product in fresh manner. Automated warehouses. Automated facilities which can handle several hundreds of kilograms of product at a time. Inside the warehouse premises, physical distribution activities are carried out by moving product filled pallets. So it requires huge investments and latest technology and large turnover of goods in this type of climate automated warehouses. And next topic is functions of warehouses. There are various functions provided by the warehouse. The first function is storage. So there is a time gap between the production and the time of consumption, and a gap between demand and the supply. So the surplus goods are stored properly for the purpose of supplying them at the right place and at the right time. So storage, in order to store the product, the warehouse will have a function to store the product because of there is a time gap between the production and the consumption, and also there is a time gap between the demand and the supply. So in order to maintain this time gap, the product which are to be stored, if there is oversupply in the market, the product will be stored in the warehouse, and whereas there is a more demand arise, the product will be released from the warehouse to the marketplace. Price stabilization. Warehousing ensure price stabilization by supplying goods as and when demanded. So it acts as a caution to absorb price fluctuations and supplies the goods at more or less uniform prices throughout the year. So price will be equalized with the help of the warehouse. So the warehouse ensure price stabilization by supplying the goods at the right time when there are demand arise in the market. So with a caution to absorb the price fluctuations and supply the goods at right time, and to make the equalized price throughout the year, that is uniform price throughout the year. Equalization of demand and supply. Warehousing equalize the demand and supply of goods by storing these goods when they are not demand and release them when there is a demand. So when there is no demand in the market, the warehouse will keep the product safely in the godown, and when there is a demand arise, they release the product from the demand. So equalization of demand and supply will be made with the help of the warehouse. Thus the consumers get the commodities regularly even during off-season period. Business finance. Based on the goods deposited in the warehouse, the depositor can get finance from bank and other financial institutions by showing the receipt issued by the warehouse keeper. So after the goods are to be stored in the warehouse, the warehouse keeper issue a warehouse keeper receipt or warehouse warrant. So based upon this receipt and warrant, the depositor, that is a product depositor in the warehouse, they will get a loan facilities from the bank and other financial institutions by showing the securities as warehouse keeper receipt or warehouse warrant. Then risk bearing. In case of a damage to the goods, warehouse keeper compensates the loss caused to the owner of the goods. So thus warehouse bear the loss of risk involved in the storage of goods. So any risk, any loss will happening at the time of storing the goods in the warehouse keeper make compensation of the loss of the goods which are stored in the warehouses. Preparation for sale. Modern warehouses undertake the functions of storing, sorting, packing and labeling for the purpose of making the goods suitable for marketing. So, warehousing is not only a place to store the product, but also it renders various services in order to ready distribution of goods to the market. That is packing service, labeling, grading. So all the services which are done in the warehouse place. Hence, warehousing is needed for making the goods suitable for a sale. And then value added, widening the marketing area. With the help of the warehouse, the manufacturer will extend the market for marketing the goods in different places with the help of the warehouse. Then value added service. Warehouses also provide certain value added service such as transit, mixing, grading, packing and labeling. Sometimes goods are repacked and labeled again at the time of inspection by prospective buyers. So these warehouses will also help the business people to add the value by way of providing various services by the warehouses of the product. So with that functions of warehouse are finished. So we conclude this video too. Students, by watching video 1 and video 2, you can learn all the concept, that is meaning, definition, functions and types of warehouses. Read all the topics thoroughly and write the answers in your commerce assignment notebook. Keep the notebook safely and bring it on school reopening day without fail. Thank you.